Man, Vinny is really annoying. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, we are going to make another budget Jacques Pépin recipe. This one, I think it's called rice and beans a la Claudine. And this style of cooking that Jacques Pépin makes videos on is inspirational to me. Hey Vinny, stop, go there, go. It's inspirational to me because it's super accessible and it's like very authentic in the sense that this is like clearly food that he makes for his family. So it is not showy, it is not like for entertaining, it is to make something tasty for his family to eat, and it's budget friendly, so that's nice too. So the part of the reason I wanted to showcase this is the technique that's used on this is new to me. So we're gonna have a casserole or a gratin dish that we fill with kind of our rice and beans and vegetables, and then we're gonna bake chicken on top of the aluminum foil that covers the dish, and when it's done, we'll take the juices and incorporate that into the final dish. So that will be a fun and new to me thing to do. So let's get started. I'm preheating the oven. We're gonna set it to 350 and we'll just get started. So I'm gonna start with the chicken. So the recipe calls for chicken drumsticks, which are often the absolute cheapest cut of chicken that you can get, or like leg quarters, sometimes a little bit cheaper. And at the store they didn't have any drums. So I just got a whole chicken instead, and I figured that would fit the bill. And there are in fact drums attached, so you got it partially correct. And so I'm gonna cut up the chicken, and I think what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna cut it as if I was gonna spatchcock it, but I'm not gonna actually spatchcock it. I'm gonna actually like cut it up into fryer pieces. I'm gonna remove the back, legs, and get a breast. If I can find the wing. So he's got a nice wing. Also just realized that the bowl I have it in is too small. Get a different bowl. All right, so what we're gonna do is season our chicken. The idea here is that in an ideal world you would marinate this chicken, but we're doing a single filming, so that ain't happening. And we're gonna grab some spices. So we're gonna season with some cumin. This is a fresh jar of cumin, so it smells great. It smells extra cuminy. And I'm gonna use some smoked paprika, Spanish style. It's not Spanish because it's not from Spain, I think. I think that's how that works. And then Jacques used Sambal Oelek. So that's like the chili garlic paste that looks like Sriracha. And I swore that I had a big jar of that. I don't. So today instead we just gave Sriracha, which is fine. Jacques suggested using Tabasco if you don't have the chili garlic sauce. There's a little bit of that, and we can add some salt, and we'll just let this hang out after I mix it up a little bit, and it will be like a quick marinade. Now, of course, if you want to do different seasonings, that's fine, but what we're going for here is kind of a little bit of a smoky flavor, a little bit of spice, but not too much. I'll tell you what, it smells pretty good. Okay, we can proceed to making a rice dish. I'm gonna use 1 cup of rice, which is like not a ton of rice, but remember, we're gonna add a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna add a can of beans. We're gonna use garbanzo beans, which they have to be like one of Jacques Pépin's favorite beans, because he uses them in all kinds of applications that they typically would not be found, like arroz con pollo. I don't know if do Latino people eat chickpeas? Is that part of their cuisine? Because I don't think that it is typically. So maybe I'm mistaken. So again, in it's a dump dish. Get dumping. We're gonna do some onion. This is a white onion, and I think today we will use half an onion. So we will just do a chop. One of my favorite things from the reference recipe was Jacques Pépin was talking about how many vegetables are in this dish, and spoiler alert, we put in some onion, some zucchini, and some green onion. That's not that nutritious. It's not bad for you by any means, but I just thought it was funny. All right, some green onions going. Okay, next up is a zucchini that I grew. This is one of my fine variegated zucchinis. So similarly, we'll just chop that into pieces. So this, I mean, legitimately is quite a few vegetables, more than what we were originally thinking. Okay, using my brain, I will remember what happens next. We're gonna use a can of V8. The last time I cooked rice with V8, I didn't like it. So surely this will be better. Then we're gonna add some chicken stock. No, wait, we're gonna pivot. I got pork bone broth. I'm just gonna throw that in. So this is from Wit Farm, and it's got some flavors in it that I think will be nice. So I'm going to just pour it in, I think. So this is 16 ounces, and it's partially frozen. That looks great.
Is it partially frozen or just congealed?
It's both. I think actually it's just congealed. Wow. Okay. Well, that's gonna be tasty. It looks awful, but it's gonna taste quite good. Okay. I think that's plenty of liquid because the vegetables are gonna be liquidy too. Splash of water. Splash of water. That'll either ruin it or make it, I'm sure of it. Some pepper, some salt. And then we're gonna briefly mix this together. And if you want, you can add some of the hot sauce to this too. I don't think we need to do that since we got plenty on the chicken and we're gonna pour the drippings in. Okay, so there it is. Yum. I think what I'm gonna try to do is double wrap with foil because we are cooking heavier pieces of chicken and I'm a little worried that they'll just kind of fall through. I'm also worried that they might not all fit. Most aluminum foil is non-stick. I'm just gonna spray it just in case. It'll be fine. And let's start getting that chicken on there. All right, I can tell you right now, it's gonna be a tight fit. So what we might end up doing is just cooking the dark meat or just whatever we can fit on there. Or I'll just crowd it and hope for the best. Yeah, I can make it fit. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, that is way too crowded, but I don't care. In it goes. And this needs to cook for at least 45 minutes, but because we got bigger chicken, I think it's gonna be an hour. Hope that works. We'll check it in 45 minutes. Okay, so I made a mistake not reducing the size of the chicken breast. So everything's been done except the chicken breast. So when that's the case, we're just gonna use a separate pan and we'll just let them keep cooking while we finish the dish. So I tried everything. I turned up the heat, I turned up the broiler. The chicken breast is still taking forever. So our other pieces of chicken are fully cooked and they look pretty nice. You can use a broiler to brown a little bit. That's how I got some of the char on here. So we're gonna transfer that to a plate. And what I'm anticipating is that because I cooked everything long, I might have burnt the dish below. We'll find out. Okay, remember, when you have a dish that has been steamed in some capacity, open it away from you. But at the same time, we wanna preserve the chicken juice. Preserve the chicken juice. Whoop. And we're gonna pour it right in like that. All right, and here is our dish. First reaction, it's kind of saucy. Did I use too much liquid? I added water. Also, there's a ton of chicken juice. So that's okay. Like, it's okay to have wet rice, especially in a home style dish. I think it's gonna be fine. And we will return the chicken that is actually cooked for presentation. And maybe we'll do something like this, using a little bit of symmetry to cover up the fact that we have made a pile of rice soup. But I assure you, this will be at least pretty tasty. And one thing it will not be is dry. And we can finish it with herbs or green onions as a garnish. And there's our one dish casserole. Not even room for the chicken breast on there. So I'm gonna do a chicken thigh. I'm gonna get a big scoop, like so. And I'll just, if the zucchini looks not cooked enough to you, you may not be familiar with some varieties of garden zucchini. So it is actually fully cooked and tender. It just looks a little weird. And that's like, food that you grow. Sometimes it doesn't look like your grocery store. That's just fine. Here's a plate of chow. Probably serve that with a salad today. Let's get in there. So this is some of the least crispy parts of the chicken because I took this out without broiling this piece, but it actually did crisp up pretty nicely. So that's good. Got some chicken. Very good. I don't really think it's spicy at all. Could be spicier. It tastes great. Like, chicken really is the primary flavor. The richness falls into the rice and the beans, which are surprisingly not overcooked. I almost would err on the side of like cooking this longer than shorter. But it's very, very tasty. Yeah, I like it. That's quite good. Something a little different, but also very familiar. Very good. Well, I'm really happy with how that came out. We are way overdue for dinner, so I gotta plate this up and then put my kid to bed. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye bye. That's how you do it. Toodaloo.